Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A wild rumor about Roman Reigns has been making the rounds. Former WWE commentator Hugo Savinovich has now provided more details on the ongoing speculation regarding the OTC's contract situation. WWE under TKO appears to be revamping its roster, having decided not to renew the contracts of R-Truth, Valhalla, and Carlito. Roman Reigns, considered the highest-paid wrestler, has seemingly come under scrutiny due to his part-time status. While speaking on Lucha Libre Online, Spanish commentator Hugo Savinovich broke down Reigns' rumored $15 million salary. He doesn't believe the company would let him go, but stated that the original tribal chief won't be making big bucks anymore. The veteran also learned that TKO wants to renegotiate Roman Reigns' contract. Fans should take this report with a grain of salt, since there is no conclusive proof that supports the truth of Savinovich's claims. Seth Rollins assured fans on Raw this week that Roman Reigns is not coming back anytime soon. The visionary took out the OTC with the help of Braun Breaker, writing the OG Bloodline member off television for the foreseeable future. Rollins has since found a strong footing on the red brand and has secured a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Will Reigns return to seek revenge against Rollins and his men? Fans must tune in to Money in the Bank this weekend to find out. Roman Reigns may be known as the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, and WWE's most dominant champion in the modern era, but recent reports suggest that the empire he helped build could be going through a silent upheaval. A shocking rumor emerging from WWE's inner circles claims that Reigns' lucrative contract with TKO Group Holdings is under heavy scrutiny and potentially heading toward renegotiation. He won't be making $15 million per year anymore, an anonymous insider allegedly told a wrestling outlet close to the situation. While details remain scarce, the line was enough to send ripples throughout the wrestling world. If true, this would be a seismic shift not only for Roman Reigns' future, but for WWE's broader business strategy under TKO's evolving leadership. The era of the special attraction star may be ending. Since his return in 2020, Reigns has transcended the traditional role of the WWE superstar. His dominant run as Universal Champion, unifying the titles at WrestleMania 38, and leading the Bloodline saga for nearly 4 years, helped redefine modern WWE storytelling. However, what once felt like an unstoppable force may now be hitting an unexpected wall. TKO, which now oversees WWE's business operations following that historic merger with UFC, has made no secret of its aggressive approach to financial optimization. In recent months, we've seen mass releases, restructuring, budget cuts, and a shift toward performance-based evaluation. Reigns, reportedly earning $15 million per year on a limited appearance schedule, may be facing the consequences of this new philosophy. One backstage producer noted off the record, "There's been a growing sentiment that WWE needs a full-time face again. Roman is a once-in-a-generation performer, but even he can't be absent half the year while pulling in 8 figures." WrestleMania 41 fallout, the beginning of the end? Speculation of a renegotiation intensified after Roman Reigns suffered a stunning loss at WrestleMania 41. For the first time since 2019, the former Universal Champion looked vulnerable, not just in the ring, but in his status. Sources claim that TKO executives were not happy with the fan response leading into Mania, where younger stars like Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Gunther were stealing spotlight after spotlight. He was still the biggest name, one former WWE creative team member said. But that invincibility, the aura, it's not what it used to be. Roman's storyline got a little too drawn out, and even some internal voices started calling it the Reigns recession. Those whispers apparently grew louder after Reigns missed multiple premium live events and skipped promotional duties ahead of WrestleMania. TKO CEO Ari Emanuel reportedly raised concerns about star value versus return on investment, sparking what insiders are calling quiet contract meetings that began shortly after WrestleMania 41. Money talks, but so does the locker room. WWE superstars are allegedly divided on the matter. Some feel that Reigns' presence still elevates the entire product. Others privately express frustration about his part-time status. "He'd earned it," one top Raw star admitted. But if this new era is about putting in the work week after week, then maybe it's time the deal reflects that. Sources say a handful of top names, including one newly crowned champion, have voiced support for a more balanced pay structure, where the highest-paid stars are those on the road, appearing weekly, doing the media, and carrying the TV product. Reigns' current deal, which was negotiated prior to the TKO merger, is said to be legacy-based, an understanding built on his past dominance and star power. But the wrestling business is a what-have-you-done-for-me-lately environment, and TKO is reportedly not in the mood to pay nostalgia prices in a growth-focused era. Is Roman Reigns being phased out? While it may sound unthinkable just a year ago, there's a growing belief among fans and analysts that WWE may be preparing for life after Roman Reigns. The Bloodline storyline continues to evolve, now featuring Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and others, but with Reigns largely absent. Insiders say the writing team has been instructed to focus on building new Bloodline pillars, and no longer relying on Roman as the linchpin. "Cody is the face of the company now, full stop," said a former SmackDown writer. "Roman built the house, but Cody's the one hosting the party." It's unclear whether Reigns himself is pushing for time away or if TKO is strategically reducing his spotlight. What is clear, however, is that Roman's limited appearances are becoming harder to justify under the new regime, especially if the price tag remains around $15 million per year. What would a renegotiated deal look like? Contract analysts familiar with the TKO structure believe Reigns' new deal, if it goes through, would be significantly performance-based. That means fewer guaranteed millions and more bonuses tied to appearances, merchandise sales, ticket boosts, and pay-per-view buys. They're not going to lowball Roman, a wrestling finance expert stated. But they are going to modernize the deal. He could still make close to $10 million annually, but he'll have to earn it in a different way now. One floated idea is that Roman could transition into a more Undertaker-esque schedule, only appearing for marquee events, with a clear build-up and bonuses tied to performance. Another rumored angle is that Reigns might explore ventures outside of WWE and renegotiate his wrestling schedule as part of a larger entertainment deal involving film or television projects. Ironically, Reigns' success in making WWE a cool mainstream brand again may have priced him out of its core product. What about Paul Heyman and the Bloodline? If Roman Reigns' contract does change, it could trigger a domino effect. Paul Heyman's on-screen and off-screen role as special counsel is heavily tied to Roman's status. Should Reigns reduce his appearances even more, or step away for a while, Heyman's position could also be adjusted. Similarly, Solo Sikoa's new reign as Bloodline leader might not just be a storyline development. It could be a strategic shift. WWE might be handing the keys to the next generation of Samoan Dynasty stars, while gently retiring Reigns as a full-time act. Solo isn't just being pushed, one NXT trainer commented. He's being prepared. This isn't a test, it's a coronation. Fan reactions, a divided WWE universe. Online fans have reacted to the rumor with a mix of disbelief, relief, and speculation. Some argue that Reigns deserves every penny and more for carrying WWE through the COVID era and reviving SmackDown ratings. Others believe the company has outgrown him and must now invest in full-time stars. If this was 2022, I'd be furious, one longtime fan wrote on Reddit. But now, I think it's time. Cody, Seth, Gunther, Becky. They're putting in the work. Another Twitter post that went viral read, Roman getting his contract cut feels like when the mob finally turned on its own dawn. Respect to the tribal chief, but the game has moved on. What's next for Roman Reigns? If WWE and TKO do successfully renegotiate Reigns' contract, fans should expect a very different Roman Reigns moving forward. Not necessarily gone, but definitely less involved, maybe even repackaged. There's a quiet theory that Roman could return later in 2025 or early 2026 for a final arc. One last feud, possibly to pass the torch to a star like Jacob Fatu, or even a re-elevated Jey Uso. Some insiders believe that WrestleMania 42 could be Roman Reigns' true swan song. Others speculate that he might follow the path of The Rock or John Cena, transitioning fully into Hollywood and only returning for nostalgic cameos. Either way, the Roman Empire, as fans knew it, might be entering its final season. TKO's gamble? Is it worth it? From a business perspective, cutting or adjusting Roman Reigns' massive deal could free up salary space for other investments, more international shows, younger talents, expanded media content, or even crossover acquisitions from other sports. But there's risk. Roman Reigns remains a top 5 merchandise seller, a ticket mover, and a TV rating anchor. Reducing his presence could alienate fans still loyal to the Bloodline brand. That's the high-wire act TKO must now walk, balancing legacy, business, and entertainment. And Roman Reigns? For now, he remains silent. No tweets, no promos, no direct comment on the rumors. The head of the table may be watching from the shadows, calculating his next move. As the wrestling world holds its breath, one thing is certain: something seismic is happening behind the scenes. Whether this ends with Roman Reigns re-signing under a new deal, taking a break, or walking away altogether, WWE may never be the same again. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.